Hello again. Welcome if you are joining me live today. Today is Wednesday. No, it's not. It's not Wednesday. What is today? Today's Monday, August 5th. I don't know where that came from. And I am going to get right into it. I'm going to read to you a short excerpt from Loving What Is, 4 Questions That Can Change Your Life by Byron Katie. And this is a nice passage. So when I opened up randomly moments ago, it opened up straight to the beginning of chapter 5, which is Deepening Inquiry. And if you'd like to find this in your own copy of the book, if you have it or want to get it, it's page 83. Deepening Inquiry. Now we'll go deeper into the inquiry process and explore each of the questions and turnarounds in greater detail. My intention here is to support you as you begin to travel into the infinite mind and begin to realize that there's nothing to fear. There is nowhere you can travel where inquiry won't safely hold you. The work always brings us back to who we really are. Each belief investigated to the point of understanding allows the next belief to surface. You undo that one, then you undo the next, and then you find that you are actually looking forward to the next belief. At some point, you may notice that you're meeting every thought, feeling, person, and situation as a friend, until eventually you are looking for a problem, until you finally notice that you haven't had one in years. So, what I love about this is she's talking about exploring those beliefs that we have. And I think it was the very first video I did this month that had to do with beliefs, or at least one of the earlier videos I did a few days ago about beliefs and how, sometimes we don't necessarily know what beliefs we have that are getting in our way, or we may have an inkling of, gosh, I think this belief might be getting in my way somehow, but I'm not sure how to change it. I'm not sure how to move beyond it. I'm not sure how to dismantle it. I love that word. And, but what's so cool is she's saying here, it may not necessarily even be one belief. It may be a few, right? But you just keep going. You undo this one, and then you undo that one, you undo that one. And by doing the work, which is actually, I think that was another book she had. Or it's what she calls her process. She calls her process the work. And so by doing the work in terms of dismantling your beliefs, you eventually get to a place where you're a lot clearer, and there are fewer energies and just, different perceptions and things like that in your way that aren't causing unnecessary problems. How about that, huh? Right? And so just a reminder for anybody who didn't see that previous video, I do have a 90-minute limiting beliefs coaching process that is pretty awesome and allows you to also quantify to what degree your beliefs are either supporting you or getting in your way. And so if you'd like to find out more about that, go to KimO'NeillCoaching.com. And otherwise, I'm going to move right into pulling cards. We're going very fast today. If you happen to be with me live, because it sometimes shows me and sometimes doesn't. If you happen to be with me live, do go ahead and feel free to comment below if you'd like me to pull a card specifically for you, and I will. But to go along with today's message, let's see what cards want to come up for us. And I've got a few different decks here. I'm going to pull from a few different decks as well. So, you know what? I'm actually first going to pull from the Abraham Hicks Wellbeing cards. And so if you are here, please go ahead and say hello, because I love interacting with people live via this mode of communication. So let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle this deck. And let me know where you're watching from. Even if you're not live, if you're watching this on the replay, where are you tuning in from? I know the very first day I did this, there was someone from India who was able to chime in, and that was pretty cool. That was really cool, actually, because I'm in Southern California. Okay, let's see here. You can't see my cards. I'm shuffling the cards, getting centered with them as well. Here we go. What message wants to come out of these cards for everyone who views this video? Oh, that was super fast. Okay, it just flipped over right there. Oh, the main event isn't the destination. It's my joyous journey. The main event isn't the destination, it's my joyous journey. I love that. And that's a person riding on a bird. Okay, the back of the card says, you did not come forth seeking assignment to complete. You came forth for a reason to flow and to love and enjoy life. Even though you will return home at the end of any vacation, the idea of your holiday is not to complete it as quickly as possible so that you can check it off of your list. The idea of your vacation and of this life experience is to have a joyous experience. I love that. So what's really cool about this for me is I actually specifically said, okay, I want to be able to share a message of joy and upliftment. And here we go. It didn't quite come through the book, but it definitely came through this card, didn't it? And, here's where I see a connection too, is that to not be so hard on us for whatever limiting beliefs we may have. We all have or have experienced, limiting beliefs to some degree. It's part of the human experience. We are all intertwined in different ways, and there's no getting around that. Well, hold on. There isn't, right? We can all influence each other. And once we realize that we actually have responsibility to ourselves about what we choose to think and feel and believe, and what energies we choose to take on, or what energies we choose to walk into a room with, right? That's when we start to realize, oh, I can make a difference. I can shift this. And yet we will still always be connected. The thing is when you start taking action on deliberately shifting those things for yourself, rather than automatically connecting and aligning with other people who are in the space that you once were, wherever you define that to be. Maybe it was a challenging space, a negative space, a sad space, something of that sort. And when you start to make some shifts in yourself and you become more clear, right? And you release those limiting beliefs and things get easier, and it's easier to be more joyous. And then you realize, oh, I'm actually engaging and interacting and meeting more people that are now in that space. And so we are always all intertwined, and yet we can absolutely impact who and what we are connecting with and aligning with by taking time to notice where is our alignment first. And so one way to do that is by looking at your beliefs. And I'm laughing because I hear the guy outside with the horn. Do you hear that? Yeah, it's a neighbor who's constantly honking this horn. But anyway, so I love this. And so this is saying, I'll just read it again. You did not come forth seeking assignment to complete. You came forth for a reason to flow and to love and enjoy life. Even though you will return home at the end of any vacation, the idea of your holiday is not to complete it as quickly as possible so that you can check it off your list. The idea of your vacation and of this life experience is to have a joyous experience. And so however challenging your life experience may be at this moment, purpose is not to just rush through it and check it off your list and get back to a place where things are easier. As these things come up, and maybe you thought about limiting beliefs, heard of limiting beliefs before. If you thought about limiting beliefs, but been like, I'm not gonna, I don't want to look at that. What? That's, and I don't know. I know a lot of people are not into self-help. I am. I love self-help. I have my whole life. But maybe you don't. Maybe you haven't, right? And you somehow stumbled upon this video, and maybe you're in a place in your life where you're realizing, oh, hey, things aren't quite going the way you thought they were going to go or something. And maybe it's time to look at some of those things that maybe you had brushed aside before. That happens, and it's okay. Don't be too hard on yourself. And where you can allow yourself to find some ease and to ease into saying yes, to being open to trying something new, making a shift, allowing yourself to just, it's not about judging your thoughts. So it's not about judging your thoughts. It can simply be about choosing to say, you know what, I'm gonna observe them. Let's just explore this. Let's observe what are these thoughts? What are these beliefs that I seem to have that might be getting in my way, right? And coming at it from that perspective. And that eases some of the tension if there was any resistance to taking a look at any of those things. So anyway, that's what was coming up for me as I pulled this card and we read that passage in the book, and I wanted to share that with you. So the main event isn't the destination, it's my joyous journey. It's your joyous journey. So let's see what other cards we can pull to further elaborate and expand on that message. I love this deck, the Psychic Tarot. So I'm going to pull a card from here. We'll see what comes out. This is where I get a lot of jumpers. I think the jumpers are fun. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle it. If you are here live, go ahead and say something so I can say hello to you back. I'll do one more shuffle here. And if you're watching the replay, then so nice to have you here as well. Feel free to comment below. And if you're enjoying this video, then I would love if you would like it and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Okay, what's the message that wants to come through for everyone who watches this video? Oh, okay, there we go. Triumphant success. This is beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna, so I see a tie here with what we previously read. So the swords, so from what I've learned, the swords are about our thoughts and our communication. And the sword, which is a double-edged sword, can cut through. Notice how it's purple on one side and blue on the next, clear on the next, right? It can cut through whatever's in front of it. So just like with any limiting beliefs or thought patterns that maybe you've been looking or thinking, you know, gosh, it would really benefit me to develop a more positive mindset, more positive self-talk. I know from my own personal experience, all is required is for you to say, okay, I'm going to start this journey. And you just start to make the shifts as best as you can. And as long as you stick with it, that's all that's required. And just stay committed to, okay, you know, I'm making this change. I'm making this change. Eventually, it gets easier and your self-talk can get a lot better. And you absolutely can shift any beliefs that you would rather not have. Okay, let's do one more card. Let's, you know what? We're going to end with I can see myself already wanting to do 2 cards. So I'm going to pull from my Power Thought Cards deck. It's a Louise Hay deck. Power Thought Cards. What's the message that wants to come out of this deck for everyone who watched this video? And if you didn't know by now, I kind of wait for the jumpers. There we go. Oh, how funny. 3 are facing upright. Let's see. Very first one. Oh. I express my creativity. You are beautiful in all your you are beautiful in all your uniqueness. It's okay to express your creativity. There is no blame. There is no blame. And this is a beautiful way to end. I trust my inner wisdom. Deep down inside, we all have the answers. And so the work sometimes is getting to that place where you actually trust the answers and the inner wisdom, inner guidance that you receive. And when you can finally get to that place where You're not second guessing. You're not questioning it. You trust. You trust you. You trust you. So, okay, I'm going to end it here. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this, again, please do go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I'm doing this every day in August 2019, different times of the day, but as much as I can, I will give an advance notice and schedule it when possible. And thank you for being here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And if you'd like to connect with me beyond this, you can go to KimO'NeillCoaching.com, and that link is down below this video as well. Have a wonderful day.